Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Joan. This is my Craps Master Dice Shooting Journey. Let's make it yours too. Today is episode number 155 of the Level Up program, day number 70 of the Purple Belt. And this is going to be our last week on Purple Belt. Next week we're going to be starting on Brown Belt. If you're playing along at Crapsee, the code is C4C2E2. And good morning, SJ Young. So, if you're new to the program here, guys, this is all about learning how to shoot the dice and also work on our betting-based, trend-based betting system. And today we're going to kind of do something a little bit different than we normally have done. And this is kind of a precursor to what the brown belt level is going to look like. Brown belt level, and I will hopefully get that video filmed this week or this weekend sometime and have it out next week sometime. But the brown belt level is going to be all about variety. It's going to be all about adjusting our dice sets so we can adjust to on-the-table conditions. And it's also going to be working on trying to find a variety of shots for the table. And we're going to kind of explore that topic a little bit today. A little while ago, last week actually, one of the people in the chat, I believe it was Navaldo, asked if I watched a video by Chef Dice when he went to go see Howard Rock and Roller in, I believe it was in Las Vegas. And he had a training session and it was filmed. And they talked about the Uri grip, which is what I do use on the table here. So I use a modified Uri grip. So what I'll do is I will grab a hold of the dice. And let me see if I get a camera view here. And I will pull them in together and then I roll them back. And I grab them, or I grasp them on the corners of the dice. So if you guys can see that, I'm holding the corners of the dice where the normal par grip will grab them either on the tops of the dice like this, okay, or they'll grab them deeper on the table depending on where you're throwing them from. So you can go deep like that or you can go shallow. And this is the normal par grip, and I don't like using it because I have a hard time grasping the dice that way with separating. So I use that Uri grip because it's easy for me to feel the grip and know that I'm in the proper grip with using very minimal visual watching it. Like I said, I go mostly by feel. So anyhow, in that video with Chef Dice, Howard Rock and Roller showed throwing the dice from the Uri grip, and what he did is instead of using that arc, he would actually dribble or roll it down the table. So I'm just going to show you guys really quick what that would look like. So starting right here, he just goes like this and he just rolls it down the table instead of having an arc. And the theory is on this is that you guys can use this to get the dice down on axis and hopefully they won't turn off axis. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use the hard way set. I only have practices probably about 5 or 6 minutes before I started the live stream today. So good morning, Mike. So let's see how it goes. Let's just give it a try today. We'll try this Howard Rock and Roller way of throwing the Uri grip and see how it goes. And if it doesn't work well, then oh well, then it doesn't work well, and we'll move on next time. But again, this is going to be a precursor to that brown belt level. And brown belt, like I said, is going to be all about variety, about learning different throwing positions. It's going to be about changing your dice set around to adjust to table conditions and daily conditions on your throws. So let's start off with, we're going to go minimal. We're going to play Horseman today. We're going to go $100 Horseman and see how it works. Actually, we're going to go quarter. We'll go $100. What the heck? So we'll go $100, don't pass. And we're not going to do ATS or no Crap Shack or none of that stuff today. And we're going to go all bet set here. and we're gonna try this out here. So again, what I'm doing now is, and this is another thing, I went to the casino last night, guys. I did not do well. I rolled 3 times. The first roll was a 0.7 out. The second roll was in the mid 30s for my roll, so I actually recovered my bankroll because I was almost down to 0. I bought in for 400 and I lost 400, by the way. But my second roll was a 35, 34, somewhere in that area. And then my third roll was like an 8 or a 9. But the table itself was just hot and cold, hot and cold. You could not get a prediction. So I tried a little bit of horseman. I tried a little bit of my normal betting, a little bit of back and forth. Just could not get any patterns. So I ended up coming home. I spent my entire bankroll yesterday, at least the bankroll that I had brought, which was only $400. So it was a pretty low buy-in yesterday. But anyhow, let's give this a try, guys. And we're going to go dice out. And I'm going to be standing my tippy toes. And the reason I brought up yesterday is that one of the things I found, and there was a lot of people that play pass line bets where I'm at. So we're going to put some landmines down here, and we're going to try to roll somewhere in between those landmines with this new throwing style. So let's give it a shot. Good morning, Coach Joe. So dice out. And we got a 6-3, a 3-6-9, center field 9. So that is 1 dice off axis. We're using a 5-4-5-4 hardware set, by the way. And we're going to see if we can try to keep it on axis. So that's 1 die off axis there. So 9 is going to be our point. We're going to go 3 $100 comes now. So we're going to go $100 on a come. And again, if you're not familiar with the horseman, a horseman is 1 don't pass, 3 come bets. And they wait for everything to resolve. If you get into positive, then you can actually start playing light side, or you can go dark side, whichever way you want to go. So all bets set and dice out. We're going to give this a try again, see how it goes. And we got snake eyes, magic aces, 1, 1, 2, so that's both dice off axis this time. That'll help you if you're playing along with that ATS. But that means that both my dice went off axis, and that was not successful in my opinion. Again, this is going to take a little bit of a learning curve here, trying to find a landing zone, trying to find a rhythm on how to roll these dice. All bet set. Dice out. And we got a 6-5 mid-mo yo. Again, 1 die off axis. And I forgot to make a bet on that last one, so that would have been a payout for me, and I did not get the payout. I lost the 1-4, so that was my mistake. So we'll go $100 on the come again. This is our 3rd bet. Again, we're going 4 total units, and then we're going to wait for things to resolve itself. So 5-4-5-4 hardware set. Good morning, Roger. Coach Joe likes new dice cam angle. Thank you. I tried this angle once before, and I kind of switched back because it's actually kind of hard to set up the dice angle because I have a camera stand. It's actually laying on its side right now to get to this, but tried to make it consistent. And I thought we'd have this camera angle today because of the change in throwing style here. If you guys are just joining in, you can kind of go back a little bit, and I'll explain to you why I'm using this. Big thing when I'm doing this style now is I'm on my tippy toes so I can get up further into the table. And I also need to make sure that the dice are flat to the table and they're square to the back wall. In the past, I always had a slight twist to my dice because I would actually adjust them so that when I came up, they would be at square with the table when I released them. Now I'm releasing them a lot lower, so we got to make sure that these dice are square to the table when we're doing this. And that one's a 628, easy 8. Actually, that's a Duracell 8. Go out and support live craps. So that come will travel to the 8. And we got one more combat here, and then we're going to wait for things to resolve themselves. So $100 combat again, and then all bets set as soon as we get the dice set. There we go. You got 9 people watching on YouTube. I believe there's like 3 or 4 people playing on Crapsee right now. Dice out. And we got a 6, 4, 10. That's Waylon's best friend way on that end, Daddy Joe. So we're consistently getting a 6 with this roll. So we're consistently getting, for the most part, 1 die on axis and 1 die off axis. So that's kind of an interesting combination. And that's something that maybe if we can consistently do this, we can get get a dice set that'll actually work with us with this. So let's continue doing this. This is kind of an interesting way of rolling it out. Again, if we can do a 1 die off axis, consistently, and the other one staying on axis, we can set the dice so that hopefully that big bad number does not show up. But we have no more bets going up. Again, we have combat on the 8 and 10. We have the don't pass in play. There we get all bets set. Now when both of them hit and they split apart, again, 1, 6, so we have a 6-2 Duracell 8. So that is a repeat, so we're going to get paid out on one of those combats. This time it's a 2-6, the last time was a 6-2. So that's nice. We got one of those combats to pay out. So that's $200 back to the rack. Remember, we have $400 in, so we're still in for $200. So that we're in a good position with this horseman now. Good position to, at the very least, break even, if not to make $200. So, and we're going to go all bet set here. Dice out. And again, 6-2-8. This is definitely a consistent roll right now. 2-6-8, same as the last one. And we got, that was a Duracell 8 once again. Give us those thumbs up, guys. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Good morning, Bam. So of the last 4 rolls, 3 of them were that 2-6 or the 6-2. I was kind of out of commission for most of the weekend for YouTube stuff. I do know, and I have not watched it all, I do know that Craps Chat was last night. That was on Casino Gaming TV, hosted by Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps, and Dylan from Skill and Luck, and John from Pro Craps. I also know that Ed Robinson had his next edition of his story time, and that was with I cannot remember what the guy's name was that did it, but actually the guy ended up showing up on Craps Chat. So make sure you check that out with Ed Robinson. I know that Alfredo went live a couple times. So lots of stuff that's out there, guys. I saw that Christmas Sideshow Gamble put out a video this morning about talking about dice control. So a lot of stuff I got to catch up on, but those are all things that are out there ready to be viewed by everybody. 5454 hard reset and dice out. And we have hard 4, 2-2, hard 4. So that's the first one in a long time we've not had one dice off axis. That one did take off, kind of curved off to the left across the table. And I think if I do continue doing this, good morning, Jen. I think if I do continue doing this dice set here, guys, or the way of rolling it, I think I'm going to need to get some more practice to get comfortable with the results. But so far, it's going well. And comfortable with Gargoyle. Thank you, guys. That was Gargoyle with Ed Robinson. But it's going to take me a little bit to get comfortable here, knowing that I'm going to be consistent with this style of a roll. Again, this is not something that you would do with the par grip. This is specifically a Yuri grip style throw. And we have a 2, 3, 5. That would be the no-fill 5. We're getting close to the end of the month here, so Hard Hat Award will be coming up within the next week or so. So make sure you guys get out and vote. Again, I'm going to put my nomination in for Brian from Holy Roller, who's been doing some amazing work, been putting out quite a few videos. A lot of them is about different dice strategies, different dice things you could do, betting systems or ways you can do the betting. He's also doing a lot of tours of the ships. He did a DiceCon video not too long ago. So that's probably going to be where my vote goes for. Brian from Holy Roller. He's approximately the same size channel, maybe slightly larger than I am right now. He got quite a boost after his DiceCon videos. So 5454. If you guys haven't checked him out, make sure you check him out. We have a 314 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So that's going to be another one die off axis. So I'm pretty consistently with that one die off axis. And I can handle that with this. With this hardware set, one die off axis is a good thing. Good morning, Bam, again. Bam says that Craps chat brought up a lot of things to think about. So that's good. Jen voted for me. I appreciate Jen. I do appreciate, guys. I don't care if you vote for me or not. I will tell you this, for the Hard Hat Award, I am the only person, and let me repeat this, I am the only person to be nominated all 8 months that they've offered this award, and I'm the only person that has consistently taken 3rd place. So I don't expect to win the award, guys, and I honestly don't really want to win it. Good morning, Craig from Obey Crafts. Craig's another one that's actually should be nominated here as well for the Hard Hat Award. He is consistently pumping out information. Some of it is not even craps related. He's on this huge weight loss journey right now. So Craig goes, I'm the Susan Lucci of the Hard Hat Award. And that is, I am. It is funny, guys. It really is funny that I am that because I'm like the consolation winner. And that's fine. It really is. It's just, to me, an honor just to be nominated. I do not expect it, nor do I think I deserve it. But here we go. 5454 hardware set. Different style roll today, guys. And we have another one die off axis. We have the 6-5 Mimoyo. "17 times she was nominated." What one was that? Was that the American Idol, Craig, or something like that? I forget what it was. I forget what it was. I think it was American Idol, wasn't it? So 5454, hard to set yet. We're on roll number 12 of this original new way of throwing the dice here. And we'll go all bets set. We're still looking for that 10 to get paid on the come bet, or unfortunately a bad number. Dice out. Nice landing, they split apart. We have the double Degen, the 3-3 hard 6. This is a very unique way of throwing it. I'm kind of flabbergasted at the results so far. Who knows if this is skill or luck? I get it, skill or luck, Darwin. I do not deserve it, Craig, but thank you for the vote of confidence. Again, there's people like yourself. Brian from Holy Roller, I think, is a very good person. They've gone through most of the popular choices by now. So, starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel now, but 5-4-5-4, all bet set. And another one die off axis, we have the Duracell 8 again, 628. Go out and support live craps. Thumbs up and likes to the channels. And I have landmines down here, guys. If you are wondering why, go back earlier in the video and I will explain to you why I'm using landmines today and why I'm using this different dice roll. Soap opera talk, saying you're old without being old. I am actually old compared to some. I am in my 50s, closer to the mid 50s. So to me, that's old, but to some, not so much. This crowd that we are doing our craps to tends to be an older crowd. So daytime Emmys, that was, Craig. Okay. 5-4-5-4 hard reset. Still looking for that 10 so we can get paid on the come bet. Dice out. And we finally get that 4-3-7, which is a single pitch of the die. And that is a 7 ouch. So we are going to break even on our betting here. We're doing a $100 horse spin right now. So we're going to stick with the $100 don't pass again. And that was an interesting first roll, guys. We got 14 on that first roll. So let's see if we can get some consistency out of the distance or length of the rolls here. Thanks, Craig. See if this is consistently going to work the same way. The 8 is a strong number right now. We hit the 4 a couple times there. And again, we're doing this different style of Yuri throw here. So we got all bets set, 7 people in Crapsee. We have 11 people watching on YouTube right now. We were up to 17 for a while. I must have said something wrong because it dropped off. Oh, we're back up to 16 now, so must have did something right because they instantly came back. I have no clue. And all bets set, dice out. And we have the square pair, heart 8. So this is different, bringing the dice back for me because of the landmines down there. I'm not used to going around chips with the dice. Kind of gives you a new look on how the dealers have to do it at the casino. So 4-4 heart 8. So 8 will be our point. And again, we're going to go with a $100 come bet. 8 is not the best point for a don't pass, especially since I've been nailing that 8 here so far. Thank you, Roger. And all bet set. Dice out. I will tell you this way of throwing a dice, I'm trying to get further onto the table so we can get around or in between those landmines at the end of the table down there. And I'm standing actually on my tippy toes right now, so it's going to be a challenge for me on a long-term basis until I start getting a little stronger. And we have a 3-4-7 out, so 0.7 out right away. Now we're starting to go from that one die off axis to both die on axis. So that's a double pitch of the dice. Remember that with the hardware set, anytime you get a 7, it has to do with a double pitch. And since there's no 6-1 showing, that means that the both dice are on axis, so that means it's a double pitch on axis throw. So I actually made $200 off of that roll because of the horseman and the way it's set up. I had a $100 don't pass, I had a $100 come, and both of them paid out on that. So just because I'm playing horseman, guys, does not mean that I'm trying to roll that big red. I'm trying to get some length to the roll. So let's see how it goes. $100 don't pass. We got all bets set and dice out again. It's going to take a little bit of adjustment for even my calves on my legs because I'm a bigger person, so staying on my tippy toes is going to be a little bit of a challenge here. And we have a 2-1-3. That would be a Alfredo sauce, ace deuce. Again, one die off axis, and that is a winner for me in the don't pass. I get paid out $100. That is a really nice bonus. Now, when I play the horseman, I keep that $100 and I count this next roll now as my second bet. Remember, we do 4 bets. And once I collect on 4 bets, so I get $400 brought back to the table, then I start pressing and going either dark side or light side on the strategy itself. So again, we're going to go with the $100 don't pass here. All bets set. 7 people in Crapsee. We got 15 people on YouTube. 5-4-5 for hardware set, and we're doing this Yuri style roll that Howard Rock and Roller showed on Chef Dice channel a while back. That was a terrible one because the dice split off, but hey, we got a 6-3-9, and that would be the center field 9. Again, one die off axis, that is consistent. Carlos left Crapsee, so we are going to go with a $100 come bet. $5-4-5-4 hardware set and all bets set. So if you're just joining in, Roger's asking me how I went to the casino last night. Not good. I rolled 3 times last night. The first one was a 0.7 out for myself. The second one I had a roll in the mid-30s, and I actually got majority of my bankroll back. I went in with a $400 bankroll last night. And then I got to the third time I rolled, and I had like a 7 or an 8, so nothing substantial. So I had one decent roll last night, and I was there for probably about 2.5, 3 hours. And of that time, there was only 3 people that had a decent roll. Mine was by far the longest, but there was only 3 people that had a decent roll during that entire time. Some were so-so, a lot of them were bad. So it was just an up and down table, very hard to pattern. So I lost all $400. I went all in. And I actually lost on myself at the end. I had about $150 left in my bankroll, and I did a 110 inside just to see. And I was doing that 110, pressured 44 in the first hit, and then come back down to 66. And I was not able to come back down. I lost it before I got to the 66 because I threw a bunch of craps numbers. 3-4-5 for hardware sets. And we have a 5-3-8. That'd be the easy 8 this time. That's bad for us because that knocks off that don't pass bet, which I am not going to go back up on. Because we have 1, 2. This will be our third bet coming up. Oh, actually, we're on the 9. Never mind. That was fine for me then. So we got one more come bet, and then we should be all set here. So we are actually good. I was thinking that knocked me off, but it did not. 5-4-5-4. Last $100 come bet, and we're going to go all bet set. Dice out. And we have a 6-5 mid-mo yo. That would be the 11, yo 11. Cheryl in the house. Allergies are coming on a little strong here today, so I'm a little stuffy. And I got paid out on that, so we're going to bring that $100 combat down. We're going to see if we can get that 8 resolved. If we get that 8 resolved, then we're going to probably go up and start playing a little bit of light side on a table. So we'll go all bet set, 6 people in Crapsee, 14 people watching YouTube right now. So we're slowly declining here. And dice out. And we have a 2, 6, 8, 2x4. So I went out and bought some new furniture for the living room this weekend. I went to a place called American Freight, I think it's called. It's kind of like a wholesale place for furniture. Kind of a cool place. I got a pretty decent new couch and chair. It was a $2,700 deal I got for basically $1,200 it was actually. So spent a little bit of money on myself this weekend. All bet set. It's a nice sectional with a nice recliner chair that came with it. Recliners on both ends of the sectional. 2 pull downs on the sectional. One of them actually has plugins for your phones and electrical accessories, stuff like that. And we have a 1-5 mixer. That would be a 6. Chris from Sideshow Gamble. Again, like I said, he put a video out this morning and it said something about dice control. I'm going to go back and watch it a little bit later. And I wish him the best of luck. I saw that he was actually on Craps Chat last night in the chat. Again, I did not watch the entire show. I did watch part of it. I was actually at the casino while Craps Chat was going on. So that would be the 6. We're going to go all bets set here and dice out. And we have Magic Aces, 1-1-2. That is both dice off axis. That we haven't had, whoops, that was a 1-1-2, not a 6-1, guys. Let's get that off that number. It's a 1-1-2. Not a hard 8 either. So 1-1-2. That's the first time we've gone both dice off axis for quite a while. All bet set. Dice out. And we have the 2-5 Bruce. Do not become shark bait. So our roll came to an end. We're 8 rolls in. So kind of a medium roll on this one now. And we actually came out with a profit of $200 off of this shooter. So Horseman is treating me good here. Gonna stick with the $100 don't pass. We're gonna stick with this 5-4-5 for hardware set. And again, the reason I use the hardware set on stuff like this is it's easy to tell what the dice are doing if you're on axis, off axis, if we single pitch, double pitch. Double pitch obviously is the thing that we do not want to see with this roll or with the hardware set, because that is where the bad number comes up. We're gonna go all bets set here and dice out. 16 people back on YouTube, so welcome in. If you're new or if you're just joining in, earlier in the video I explained about this Yuri grip that we're using, and we're doing a different type of roll this morning, and it's patterned off of what Howard Rock and Roller was showing Chef Dice on one of his videos that he had put out several months ago. And it's kind of a rolling style. We have the 134 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So that'll be our new point 4. And according to Howard Rock and Roller, this is the way that he throws his Yuri grip, his Yuri throw. So I thought, guys, we're getting to the end of the purple belt. Might as well give it a try. Again, this will be our last week at Purple Belt. This is kind of a precursor of what we can kind of see coming up in the Brown Belt. The Brown Belt is going to be all about learning different dice grips, different dice throws, different throwing positions, and adjusting the dice sets when we're at the table so we can adjust for the table conditions and the way that you are throwing for the day. We're going to go $100 on a combat all bet set. Dice out. Here we go. We hit the stack that time, and we got a 7. Ouch. So that is both dice off axis that time. That one that did hit the chips. So now I'm starting to wonder if we could stay with that 1 die off axis or not. If we can, that would work out nice. That was another 0.7 out. That was beneficial for us, for me, with the horseman, because I got paid out on that. 5454. Again, $100 don't pass. And the horseman's kind of a fun strategy, and I played it a little bit last night because it kind of keeps you around. You go up a little bit, you go down a little bit, but you can easily get into different style of play once you get into the horseman a little bit. And I did do that last night. Good morning, Uncle Hoku. I did the horseman last night where I played it out, and then I got into the light side, and I was only playing $10 bets on don't pass and on the combats. But I got to the point where I actually built it up to 160 across by playing the horseman. I went through the whole progression, and the guy did a good job rolling. Got up to 160 across before he had actually the bad number come out. So all bets set here, dice out. Regrip it, they split apart a little bit on me. And dice out. And we have a 3-2-5. No field 5. So John should be back this week with his coffee and craps. And with his daily paycheck, I believe. So we'll see how that goes. Make sure if you haven't reached out to him that you do reach out, give him condolences and that. I personally have not reached out. I did offer to do a show last Friday. I put the offer out to Jeff, and him and Chris did think about it, but they chose not to go with me because on Friday when I was available to do it, it was actually they blacked the day out because that was the day of his our stepfather's funeral. So they wanted to give respect to him on his day of his funeral. So they went black on that day. So 5454, all bets set. But that was my way of reaching out, is by offering to do the Friday show for them. And the right die got stuck on the chips, did not get all the way down. The left one did, so the result is a 6-1. So that is one of the things consistently that I'm seeing here so far, because we're new in this rolling journey here, is consistently, if it does not get all the way down to the end of the table, it is ending up with a bad number. So we got a 6-1-7. And that is a short roll on this, so we're gonna obviously need some practice on this roll here in order to get it consistent. But this is a great horseman strategy because I'm actually making money off of that. I made $200 off of that one. So I apologize to all you guys, light side players, if you're not doing well here. Got people rebuying here, and again, that's because of the change of the roll here, guys. So make sure you bet accordingly. Again, this is a new style throw for me, So $100 on a don't pass. We got all bets set, 5-4-5-4 hardware set, and dice out. Again, we had one nice roll in the beginning. We had 3.7 outs, and we had one average roll. So it's going to take some time either liking or disliking this roll. I think we're going to try this for a couple days like this. Another come out 7 here, guys. So that one's going to hurt me. But you light side players will get paid out on that one. 617. Again, that is both dice off axis. But again, I'm going to try this, I think, for a couple days, this style of roll. And we'll make a determination towards the end of the week whether we're going to like this or not. And if I don't like this, we're obviously going to go back to the other style throw. I'm not going to go back up with a don't pass bet. We're going to leave it blank so we can come back with 3 come bets later. So we're going to go all bet set. We're down to 5 people on Crapsee. 14 people on YouTube. 13 now. Dice out. And we got a hard 4-2-2 ballerina. So 4 is our new point. And we're going to go with the $100 come bet. This will be bet number 2 for me. That was both dice on axis that time. That was a hard way result. Again, we've been traditionally doing 1 die off axis with this roll. So that was a slight deviation for there. Dice out. Again, we hit that 1 chip barely, but we have a 3-6-9, and that was actually a really hard throw. That left die bounced off that back wall and came back pretty far. Again, 1 die off axis. So that'd be the 9. 3-6-9. So those are comeback will travel to the 9. We're going to go with bet number 3 here. Again, we go 4 bets and we let things resolve themselves. So that one came off the back wall a little bit hard. I know that one of the things that Howard Rock and Roller was telling Chef Dice, if you throw the Euro this way, you want to get it so it just dribbles up to the back wall, and they both touch the back wall there. Good morning, Duracell. So that is one of the things I'm trying to do here with this different roll. Face out. And we have a 2-5 Bruce. Do not become shark bait. So again, another shorter roll. We're going to give this a try the rest of the week here. So guys, make sure that you are betting accordingly. And that was an even Steven. Actually, we lost $100 because that don't pass. We lost it a little bit earlier because we hit the point. But I would consider that a mediocre roll for myself with that as far as the horseman is concerned. And we're going to make this the last shooter here, guys. Kind of been an interesting morning. We had to start off with a really good roll. We had 1 medium roll. The rest of them were crap rolls. And Craig goes, Duracell, obey. So, okay. $100 don't pass. All bet set. So, Craig, are you saying Duracell obey, or are you saying Duracell old bay? Too funny. So 5-4, 5-4. Hard set. Coming out. Looking for a new point. If you're just joining in, make sure you go back and you can. I'll explain to you why I'm doing the roll / throw that I am. And we have a 1-1-2 magic aces. So if you're playing the ATS, that is a nice hit for you. If you're playing the light side, not so nice. And if you're playing the dark side, that is a payout for you. So we're back to that even for us. That's bet number 1. We'll go with bet number 2 right here for me. Remember, I do 4 bets at the horseman. I let things resolve themselves, and then I go from there. So I will consider this bet number 2 here. All bet set. And dice out. The next hard hat winner. If you go back a little bit there, so you'll hear my explanation of the hard hat. I am the Susan Lucci of the Hard Hat Award, and I did not expect to win, nor do I think I deserve it. I think there's other deserving people. I think that Brian from Roll the Win is a valid concern, or person. I think that Craig from Obey Craps is a valid person. So we have another Magic Aces. Wow. 2 of them in a row. That's both dice off axis. But I do appreciate the vote of confidence, Durso. So that is 2 payouts there. This is bet number 3 coming up. If I win this next one, I'll start playing probably the light side and see if we can win a little bit off of that. So we're still looking for a point here. Thank you, Durso. Still looking for a point here. All bets set and dice out. That was a really interesting roll. We have a 5-2-7, so we're still looking for that come up point. The light side gets paid this time. So 2-5-7, that would be a Bruce. Do not become shark bait, as Nemo would say. Can't ship the hard hat to a cruise ship at sea. How do you know, Craig? They actually can ship it to a cruise ship at sea. On cruise ships, they actually do have mail coming in and out. I was on a cruise ship about a little over a year and a half ago, and they do that. So we're gonna go with bet number 4 here. I'm gonna one time more with the don't pass, and we'll call that all bet set. And dice out. And we have Magic Aces. We still cannot resolve this here. That's my 3rd winner, though, on this come-outs. Wow, both dice off axis. This is going to be roll number 5, still looking for a point. So we are up we're up like $200 now on this. So let's switch over to the pass line bet, guys. We're gonna go with our normal thing because we're up, like I said, $200. We'll go $30 pass line bet. We're gonna go $5 crap shack. We're gonna go, the ATS is locked out, so I can't go with that. So let's go back down on the pass line to a $25 level, and we'll get used to the betting for going to Chicago, which is a $25 table. 5-4-5-4 hardware set, and all bets set. So we're switching to the light side now that we made some money off of this horseman. Like I said, we're up about $200. And we have a 3-6-9. Finally, we got a point established. That would be the center field 9. So let's do this one. So let's go with, we're going to go with the 154 bet level. We're going to go inside. And instead of picking up the 9, we're going to pick up the 10. No, we're going to pick up the 4 because the 4 actually was a little bit stronger of a number so far today. So we're going to buy that 4 for 35. We're going to go 35 out of 5, 42 into 6, and 42 into 8. So we are going to be right around that break-even point here if the bad number does come out for this shooter. And the reason I'm doing this is, hey guys, we're up a little bit here. This is the opportunity to take that chance. And I'll bet set. And dice out. And we got a 3, 5, 8. That would be the easy 8. So 8 came easy. And that's going to allow us to do 44 pressure. So we're going to go up 2 units on the 4, 2 units on the 5, 2 units on the 6, and 2 units on the 8. And we'll take 1 hit at this level, and it will come down to the 110 bet level. 5, 4, 5, 4 dice set. And I'll bet set. Dice out. And we got a 5, 6 Mid-Mo-Yo. Chiro is in the house. Not seen Chiro in the chat today. He either must be working hard, driving straight, or sleeping. My bet is he just didn't want to watch. 5, 4, 5, 4 hardware set. And we got all bets set, dice out. And we have a 5, 3, 8. Perfect. So that's going to bring us back down on our bets now. That's 8 game easy again. Now we're starting to throw a lot of the dice. They seem to be both on axis now. So we're starting to get this throw down a little bit maybe. So that's a nice hit there. We're going to bring our bets down. We're going to go to the 110 bet level. So we're going to go 25 on that 4. We're going to go 25 on the 5, 30 on the 6 and 8. We have $307 brought back to the rack, 135 on the table currently. 5, 4, 5, 4 is going to be the dice set. And we finally broke past that 8 points. So this will be our second best roll of the day here. And all bets set, dice out. Now left die did not get all the way down to the end of the table, but we end up with a 6-5 Min-Mo-Yo again. And they're going to call shooter hit the back wall, please. 6-5 Min-Mo-Yo. But we are starting to see some consistent numbers. We started off in the beginning throwing quite a few of the Duracell 8s. Now they've switched over to the Min-Mo-Yos. 5-4, 5-4. And all bets set. Dice out. Looking for the 10 and 12 for the ATS for that tall if you're playing that. I am not on it right now. And we have a 1, 3, 4 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. So that is a payout for us. And we're going to do a collect on this first one because that's how we have this set up. And then the next one, we would look at our bankroll to see if we're up or down. We're obviously up with this one because of where we are at in the roll. So the next one will be a press. But if you're early in the roll here, this next collect or press would probably be a collect, and then we would press after that. But we're going to go with a press next. So all bets set here. We got 5 people in Crapsee yet. We dropped down to 9 people on YouTube. We're getting towards the end of our hour, so I'm sure people are dropping off. All bets set. Dice out. Whoa, we hit the chips and split them, but we have the 5-4 Big Mac. Hard 9. So that's after Jeff from Mid-Atlantic Craps. So that'd be a 4-5. That is the first Big Mac that we threw all day. So that is our point. We hit the point. So I'm glad I switched over to the light side there. So we're going to stick with the $25 pass line bar. We're going to go with the $5 craps check. And we're going to call that all bet set for now. And we'll see what our new point is going to be. All bet set, dice out. This will be roll number 12 for the shooter. Dice out. And we have a 628. That would be the Duracell 8. Go out and support live craps. So I'm starting to get a little bit of a rhythm with the throw as well. You guys can hear the kind of, I don't know if you can hear it on my microphone because my microphone's pretty selective to just my voice. But on the table, I can hear it as it goes down, and it's kind of an even rhythm with the dice. So that's actually a good thing. So 8 is our point. We're going to take that $30 off the 8. We're going to move that over to the 9. We're going to place the 9 for 30. Let's place it for 25. So let's bring that down, go for 25 on the 9, and we'll call it all bet set. We have 376 brought back to the rack, 130 on the table currently. So this is the type of roll and profit return would have been nice for me last night at the casino. Dice out. Dice split apart when they got down there, but we have a 3-2-5. No fill 5. Nice little hit there. 3, 2, and 5. So we're going to press that 5 and 9 up to $35 each. So we drop 2 units onto each. 5-4, 5-4 hardware set. We're going to go all bet set here. This is an example of how practice, especially practice on a daily basis, can help you. Because you can see things in the dice, and even though this is a new way of throwing or rolling the dice, I'm picking up small little things to help us with our process. We have a 5-6 mid-mo-yo again, 1 die off access. That is a repeater win, by the way. So we definitely hit a lot of repeat 11s here. 5-4, 5-4. Roll number 15, this will be our longest roll of the day. All bet set, dice out. I'm trying to get the roll going a little bit here because John will be going live in about 6 minutes. Actually, no, an hour and 6 minutes. That's right. We have a 5-1 mixer. Chris from Sideshow Gamble. $5-1. So we're going to press that 6 up to $42. And we're going to drop $15 in pass line odds here. 5-4, 5-4. All bet set. Dice out. And we got the 3-4-7. Ouch. That is a double pitch on access. And that will bring the roll to an end. And we had a very profitable day today. We made probably almost $600 today. Actually, about $500 we made today. So let's go to our statistics here, see what we did. Again, this is a new style of roll that we had going on today. So if you look at the rolls, our box numbers, inside numbers are low, 4s and 10s are low, come out 7s are low, horns and fields are high, hardways are low, definitely on a dark side play today. So we actually picked the right strategy. 7s were 1 more than what were expected. 8s were 7 more than what were expected. And our 2s are extremely high because we threw a bunch of those magic aces there. We had an SOR of 6.9, an SRR of 5.3. So this is obviously something, a type of roll that does intrigue me a little bit, but we're obviously going to need a little bit of refining in order to get the rolls to get any quality or any kind of length going forward. We end up with 2 decent rolls out of the 7 rolls today. 5 or 4 not really good, and then 1 just average roll. But hey guys, thanks for following along today. I hope to see you guys back tomorrow. And my name is Joe. This is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Enjoy your day, guys, and make sure you visit John in about 1 hour. Have a good day.